All right. Sorry again for the delay. Like I said, my computer clock is persistently 3 minutes fast, and time seems to rush when I'm right before the thing comes in. Anyway, welcome to night two, Christmas Eve here. We are in part two of three of my 2008 New York City Railfan View trip. We have in part one we made it down to Brighton Beach. Part one we made it down to Brighton Beach. Part two we're gonna be traveling from Brighton Beach back up towards the Atlantic Avenue, where we will catch the Long Island Railroad to Valley Stream. But right now we're gonna just sort of pick things up right here and see where we get off to. So we begin at Brighton Beach. Here we have the R40 slant number 4517 or the R40 slant train that I just arrived on. While I unfortunately had just missed a departing B, but since it was R38s, no harm, no foul there. I'm not sure how many of the slants and whatnot were still in service. If part of them had already been retired or not. But they were starting to move things around in that direction. And we can see the signal there, whichever one that is. Looks like B638, or sorry, yeah, A638. There you go. Again, sorry for the brief delay. Again, here is the same signal, plus the almost sort of like a portrait mode picture here with the blurry B train in the background. So for those who weren't here the first time, the Brighton Line is interesting in that it's not only New York City subways, really their only above-ground four-track main line. It also was built as a steam railroad and is still, I think, the only express route down to Coney Island, since the middle track, the center tracks at the N, really aren't used anymore. If you're wondering why you don't need a non-stop express to Coney Island, it's because most people take their vacations overseas and no longer care about going to local. The local thing is now somewhat passé. Here we have our other signal, the 620. All of this is controlled by Coney Island Master Tower. This was these things were re-signaled in 1996. So I said the A620, not 630. Either way, these would have been, it still would have been GRS equipment even before they were re-signaled. So not a big loss of like air plants and stuff. Oh, this one's displaying stop and proceed. That's cool. Oop, forgot about the track. So here we have our. This is again the slant 40 that we arrived on. These were designed by famous industrial designer Raymond Loewy, but unfortunately the porch, the quote-unquote resulting porches, proved to be a bit impractical and/or a safety issue, so that the second half of the order, the R40Ms, had a modified front. So here we have 4516 and 4517. I love that you can always tell the sides of these because of the close spacing down there. An issue is that these did have a lot more carbon steel than you think, like the roofs. St. Louis car was not Bud; they were not building full stainless car bodies. Although even the R32s that Bud made had a lot of interior carbon steel fittings. That's why the NYCT was actually tempted to rebuild them again. But then when they realized that there was a lot of carbon steel in them that would not have been fitted purpose, they just decided to end up scrapping them. So here we have the 836 in the back, but in the close up here we have A650 and 674. The reason those single-headed signals there are contained within the interlocking is because they are absolute signals used for approach control, or at least they're wired into the interlocking area. They're part of the interlocking system, even if they tend to work automatically. Wow, here we have the 4516 in its third rail shoe and beam. Interestingly enough, up until the the new technology cars, all the New York City subway fleets use these Commonwealth trucks. The one exception, I mean, not all, but most. The exception being the R46s, and they ran into such truck frame cracks, so they were all swapped out with old replacement Commonwealths. Note the white paint that lets you know if the axle is turning. Now, here's the train that I'm actually going to want. The outbound of slants. I'm wondering if my inbound was slants, because that one looks like a modified. This train would have just crossed over. Huh, that really does look like an R40M. Could probably look up what their numbers were. Huh. Oh. Yeah, that would have been an R40M. Oops. Ah, god darn. Okie doke. Okay, so it was... Oh, it's 100 slants. Huh, that's weird. Oh. There were, so it looks like there are 300 R40 slants and 100 R40Ms. And here we can see the difference between the slants and the straight end. Interestingly enough, that modified end would actually become the standard New York City subway design for the better part of 20 years, starting with the R40 slants, including the R42s, 44s, 46s, 68s, 68As, and R62s. And the M1, M3s, of course. Unfortunately, the New York City subway has now been in the same design phase since about 21. So I guess it's about, it's been about 20 years as well. Hopefully we can get a new looking train. Or, I mean, not even new looking, just like new everything. But they just keep dialing, going straight in, like new seat arrangements or something. I just mix it up. I'm really glad I got this photo comparing the R40Ms and the R40s slant ends lined up exactly like this. The original port. So when I would ride between these, they felt very safe and comfortable out here in the open, in the porch. Coolest place you could ride on. Like, again, open gangways. This is the open air gangway. This is what we should have. It was so cool to ride there, especially with these huge. So the original ones only had very small guardrails there and there, and I got how people might run into issues. And then later they raised it to the full height right there, and it worked. It was perfectly fine. I loved it. It was so cool, especially in a tunnel. And the thing is, there's only two of them. I believe there's only two of them preserved. So there's no way that you could ever couple these end to end like they used to. And here we have another example of the slant end. Wish I knew which. Did I get a number with which one this is? Oh no, I didn't. So this is the B end for sure. Oh wait, are these the same? Yeah, that's the end end. So I was definitely trying to take photos here, as many as I could, of the door setup. Here's the front door plus the half cab. God, I wish we get back to half cabs. Definitely one of those things that they need to not listen to the unions on. Oh, I should put the inside first. That's usually how I do this. And here we have a Q68, as we have an approach medium on the 638 signal, plus those other two. So we have a Q68 and Brighton Beach interlocking plus that signal. There we go. That's a rather long file name, but you know, what can you do? Hey, what? There it is. And that's the end of our first part. See if anybody has any questions. Yeah, it's weird. It's like the bulkheads, and I said the Long Island Railroad. I mean, they have had issues with employees hanging out in the front cab when no one can, when management can't see in. That's why the unions want it. They want a place where they can hang out and dick off and not get caught. And this both the public interest, railroad management, and the things of enthusiasts are all better served by having what I like to call crew transparency. All right, next set. We're going to be returning now to up the Brighton Line. This is insane. It's the only time I ever really did the Brighton Line, getting photos like this, or didn't even get any full line video. I would do the Queens Boulevard all the time. Now the Queens Boulevard was pretty easy to do. It was I could like be laying over for an Empire train and be able to do parts of the Queens Boulevard. So we have the B. I don't know why. Like, I always thought A and B were what they would put labels they'd throw on those. Again, what they would like to call like approach signals. These are technically semi-automatic. They're like controlled en route to a home signal that allows the operator to manually allow trains to close in on each other. Note that you got two routes all the way through, and as I said, one signal on the NYC subway can control one decision point. So one facing point. So you can have multiple trailing points, but this signal can't protect because you can only they want to explicitly give you your route, and the signal indications can only tell you two routes, straight or diverge. So only one divergence per signal. Anyway, here we have the B638 and B630. This is Brighton Beach interlocking, departing Brighton Beach. Now here we have the center crossover. I mean, I can just name these. The 635, 633 scissors crossover. I always forget how to spell scissors. I believe we're going north. That is correct. And here we are at the next decision point. We have the 628, and in the opposite direction, the 634. $634 rear plus, what's that, $628? That's good. And here we are departing. This one's going to be a little hard to do. Okay, what do we have? These are Model 4 point machines. I don't know the letter. Let's call them 4As. So let's see what we got. We've got the 111A, 125B, 611A, 625B, 623A. Don't know if I can get all the 611A. $625, $623. ABA, 623A for B. And that signal is the 608. 608 and 620. 608 and 626. Alright, that's good. Maybe I'll shorten that later. And here we have Sheepshead Bay just coming in the opposite direction. Oh, don't tell me I forgot to, like, resize this guy. And here we have another R38. Oh yeah, everything's running express. That's where we got held the last time. I mentioned that we seem to be held at Kings Highway for a while in the last video. That's because there was single tracking southbound. I need to figure out where this is. I have this as Neck Road, but that doesn't seem right. Eh. Q68. I might be able to do better than that. Well, hold on. What's after this? This can't be Neck Road. Or is it? Let's find out. Oh, it is Neck Road. Okay. Well, it's more like Avenue X. It's not a station, but it's Avenue X still goes there. So here's Neck Road. And we're looking at 678 and 677. That works. It's funny how this whole, like, alphabetical order avenue system works all the way down to Neck Road, but then it goes back to, like, Avenue X, Avenue Y, and Avenue Z. I bet that there's a... Is there... If, it looks like there's... Oh, yeah, there's a grid discontinuity. Neck Road was one of the original roads, and that's why it doesn't align to the grid. It was an old colonial cow path. This, I believe, is at Avenue U. The goal here is to get everything all nice and cleaned up before, hopefully get this batch done before midnight here. Should be able to. Here I'm approaching Kings Highway. Park Place is a traditional 4-track crossover. Kings Highway simply lacks that center one that would allow a local to go all the way across. they just thought it would be such a rare event that they just didn't want to bother supporting it. So here we have going to a new interlocking here. We were looking at 516, 536, and 542 signals. Ugh. Five 16, 536, and 542. Here we have the interlocking looking northbound. I have these cameras going soft and not giving me the photos I want. Issues even today. Here we have the 534 signal and the 525 crossover. And finally, upon entering Kings Highway, we have the reverse of the 512, and in our direction, we have an automatic, the 627. That's again the 512. Oh, that's the wrong signal. That's the one I want. The 522. For those of you who don't know, NYC Subway uses a diverging / approach signal system. The top head refers to block status. You know, green 2 blocks, yellow 1, red 0. The bottom refers to route, green straight route, yellow diverging. A third yellow in the restricting area for yellow over yellow over yellow means you're going into a yard or otherwise unsignaled track. Oop, we've hit the end of our second round here. It's always nice. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Oh, we might have lots of questions here. Yeah, they saved, though there's 2 more R40As. I don't know if they're slanted or not, but I'm betting they're front halves. Yeah, I know that the new R's, like, they have, like, ooh, they've got some color on the front plastic, but it's the same front plastic. Oh yeah, so all of these are on YouTube at various things. I don't think, they're 240p, so they're really not like who cares? So I have one going through Prospect Park interlocking. It's all jittery and whatevery here. So you can find this stuff on YouTube. I mean, I can't really remaster them. They already went up there in their full everything. It's 240p video. You know, as Kiff would say, that's all the resolution we have. Making it larger doesn't make it any clearer. All right, let's get these photos ahead a little bit here. This is about Avenue M for a race between a modified and the other one. It's interesting, the whole the Pennsylvania Railroad P5 Electrics had their whole modified and non-modified bit. That was due to grade crossings became so problematic that crews wanted a longer crush zone in the nose. So we got a Q68, a B40M at a race at Brighton Line, Avenue M. Ooh-wee. There we go. And then this station is Avenue J. A little blurry though. I'll have to take note of that. Next, this one is Avenue H. Wait, was the other one J? Oh, it wasn't M, it was J. Do I read the signal inscription? Yes, I can. Number 552. Ugh. Let's call that 552. I don't know what those other ones are. This is Avenue Avenue H. Next, I think this is coming on the downslope from Avenue J into the trench. I can go and check this. What the heck? Here it is, Avenue J. I think at this point, no, it's still elevated. Oh, there's Avenue J. That's right. Avenue H. And I think at that point it goes either there's the trench. So this is Avenue H west northward. Can I spot exactly where the trench happens? I think let's find out. I don't think I can go through here. Okay, yeah, that's exactly where the that's exactly where it starts heading down. So it's Avenue H Station northward. Cool. Next stop, I think this is Newkirk Plaza. Oh, I just did skip this one. I'll save it. You never know. The Honorable Richard J. Newkirk Plaza. What do these all have that double red light at the end? Nope, this one doesn't. What about this one? Huh, no, just that other one. Yep, Newkirk Plaza. Sorry for the quietness. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great holiday here. I should be able to do another round. I was looking through them. Probably only going to be doing 6 days, not 7, just based on what I have. I don't want to have either. I don't like using 1 or 2 days for this because they sort of just, it's kind of a waste of this extended time. This is the 524 signal. Nice. Next. Oh, I love these very traditional. Again, this dates from the steam railroad day. The New York, Westchester, and Boston did the same thing. Railroads, remember, are the bougie are the premium optional extra, and that's why the users get these nice stations. Of course, today these are all underutilized. This one is Courtolieu Road. Beautiful station. 1 second. There it is. I want to check something on Wikipedia. Just, let's see here. Open 1900, 2-track street level side platform station. Steps from the commercial. And tell me who built it? I thought this was a steam railroad when they first built it. Wait, hold on. Brighton Line. Oh, so they used it was a steam railroad. The BMT was a steam rapid transit system that connected to the Long Island Railroad. Oh, Brighton Beach Line. Hold on. Oh yeah, 18 as a 2-track surface. Brooklyn, Flatbush, and Coney Island, transporting routes from downtown Brooklyn via the Long Island Railroad to the seaside resorts. Once connection to the Long Island Railroad was severed in 1883, it became the Brooklyn and Brighton Railroad, which was effectively acquired by which was eventually covered by Brooklyn Rapid Transit. Okay, well there's your history of the line. This one is really close to Beverly Road. Geez, that looks like the shortest distance between two stations. Probably isn't. There's probably something shorter. I wonder if AI can answer that question. I bet it can't. On SEPTA, it's 600 feet. Shortest distance between Park Place and Chambers on the 2-3 at 460 feet. The second is Beverly and Court Liberty Roads. See, I didn't get this. This is literally Reddit answering the question. At 569. Wait, second. Oh, on the Q, but on the Manhattan-bound side at 490. Southbound is 569. The third place is Fulton at 569. Beating the other thing by a half. Wow, 490 feet between the two. Hey, give it up for Google. Didn't need AI to solve it. Google search found what I wanted. And people say Google search is bad. It's not bad. It's search engine optimization is bad. Oh, cool. I got a picture of the station house. And there's Beverly with a Q68. Where am I doing this? There it is. There we go. I forget what I was running on the queue when I was there for the R32 retirements a couple years ago. And here I have the Beverly Road Station House, of course. Oh, I did not involve it. Again, me making another bad decision to do unjustified cuts. Just gotta resuscitate this. It's a little foggy, not super clear. That's too much, man. There we go. Sorry for the quietness. Well done surveys don't have huge amounts for me to to comment on. All right, now we're getting into the overbuild section. This is a Church Ave. What's interesting, yeah, the station is directly underneath the overbuild. Cool beans. And the last set of last photo of the third set. Here we have it, Canton Avenue, or Caton Avenue, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure which station this is part of. Oh, a couple of these are out of order. Camden Avenue, what the frag? Yeah, it is Caton Avenue. Oh, this is track 4. 1 second. Alright, that's it for now. No, not it for the night. That's it for that section. Let me check on some comments here. Anything? Are you a PRSL fan? Are you going on the midwinter trip? You're like the one person I might actually... and did you know about it of this, or do you independently you follow it on Facebook and such? And can't wait to see you. I advertised on a couple additional groups here. Hopefully we'll get a reasonable turnout. I don't need a lot of people. It should be fun, though. I like it. It's just a day out to go ride the train around. Basically a pretty chill trip up to Warminster. Come on back, do the express run, grab something fun to eat at Reading Terminal. Then we'd go Norristown, 69th, Sharon Hill, back to the city, walk over to Franklin Square. Maybe go to Yards Brewing if people want to walk and dare cross the Vine Street frontage road at peak period. But I'm down to see whatever people want to do. Let me just do a quick check on how many pictures we have for tomorrow. 72, 66. So if I do this many today, how many do I have for tomorrow? 54. Okay, I got to do a couple extras today. Oops. All right. I need some additional documentation. Oh wait. Oh, I think I'm actually good. But I'd rather do that tomorrow. So tomorrow we will have 52 photos to get through, and today we're doing 50. Right, that's fair. And who knows, I might encounter some additional ones that I don't really need either. Oh, like this South Ferry photo that's hot garbage. Like, how do I end up at South Ferry? This is crazy. So I'm just looking through some pictures here. Okay. Let's see if I labeled this street in the next thing. Oh, cool. The Cook Ave mini tunnel. My friend loves these. The Sea Beach has a lot of these little mini tunnels. Remember, this was built. A lot of this was done right after the invention of reinforced concrete. You know how everything is AI now? For a brief period of time, everything was reinforced concrete. Until things sort of settled back in with steel, and then now we're back to reinforced concrete. But not like this. Not with cool curves and arches. Remember, labor was still cheap, so you could build the formwork on these and the reinforcing really inexpensively. Got to get this back the way it was. I don't know why my folders are acting like my old computer here. Might need a reboot. Let me check to see what's his name. Oh, cool. Well, glad you're watching the streams. I'm glad you're enjoying them. There's the Ocean Ave mini tunnel. And here I have Prospect Park interlocking. Immediately after this photo was taken, I was able to switch to a video view of it. And here we have the 346, 382. 346 and 382. Prospect Park is that one interlocking that actually has a full crossover. As you can see, typical. That's because they actually have some reason to do short turns or whatever here. 346, 382. And this should be the Prospect Park station. There we go. And I think at this point I'm out of, I can't do any underground. So, no. Well, those are done. To 141. And we've done that one. All right. Yeah, so this is the old Atlantic Avenue yard. This is now mostly covered over by the Barclays Center. So where this was, oh, I guess it's hard to tell what they did. Yeah, the Vanderbilt yard. I think that this was actually at this end. It had a pretty weird sort of like way it was arranged. It's a crazy a random double slip switch there. So maybe they actually didn't cover up the rail yards. They just kind of moved them around a little bit. I wonder if I can find that building. I'm betting I know where this is. I think that building's right there. Alright. Oops. Where the heck is this supposed to be? There it is. I'm betting that building is right over there somewhere. Huh, maybe not. I'm looking for that one. That sort of end-on white building there. Unless it got demolished. Oh, wow, there it is. So, yeah, the yard did used to go up here, and they kind of moved it. So my question would be, what was at this end? Huh. So it looks like the yards were all the way concentrated. Yeah, see, I bet the yards were all the way concentrated at this end, and then they just sort of got rid of them. There's the building right there. I think it's this one. It looks like they took more than that. They took more than just the yards. Yeah, that got demolished. That's unfortunate. Anyway, the yards used to come up here, and they sort of moved them back a bunch. So at this end, where today you can sort of see all the rail yards there. In 2009, yeah, there's like a gas station here. So they did do some relocation of the rail yards, as opposed to just whatever. Anyway, what Long Island M7s do we have? I'm going to have to write these down. Where's my pen? Do I have a pen? There's a pen. There's a pad of paper. There's another piece of paper with another train number written on it. Okay, so you got 7597. 7539, 7565, 7371, and 7227. Ooh, palindrome number. 7227. At the old Van Yards bumper block. Something that is not there anymore. I forget if in '08 how much talk, how much was going on in '08 about the Atlantic Avenue project. Hold on. All right. Beautiful day this was. Okay. LIRR 7597, 7539, 7565, 7371, and 7227. And then here we have cool. All right, next. So after we go into Atlantic Avenue, we popped out, and here we have one of the MP15s passing the Morris Avenue freight diesel terminal. Can't see what those C30s and whatever are, but this is MP15 number 166. I think this is Morris Park. Hey, they still got a turntable. Yeah, it's Morris Park. Oh, and here we have another batch. Number 157, 165, 164. I see that PL there, but I'm not going to try to stat it. I'm not 100% sure where my things are. Here's one of the old Protect Powers, number 102. This was shortly, I think, after they got rid of the maintaining the LIRR Protect units at Harold. Note they got Dashing Dan on it right there. Could be that just 104 is up there today, but they usually ran these guys as a pair. I think what they realized that like breakdowns had become infrequent enough due to the M7s that they were just able to store these guys at Morris Park, and it wasn't as big of a deal. That's the employee platform. Here's Dunton Tower plus the new relay hut. The resignaling of these guys, even though it took the better part of forever to finish, it had started. You can see this is why I'm pretty sure that these had been all these interlockings were resignaled with relay. The J and Hall ones are 3 stories tall. No way if these, like, nowhere they're that complex enough that a microprocessor interlocking would need that much. They redid these in relay. So good on them for sort of slipping that one in. Somewhere I have the LIR track diagram from their PTC application. I don't know where Dunton is though. They didn't quite do this. The way they did the lines, they arranged this isn't quite. It's like I gotta find the Atlantic Avenue branch. They made it very difficult to find the one you wanted. In these, there's like Valley Stream is there. And almost like you have to go through the whole damn thing. Okay, here we go. There's Jamaica. There's Dunton. Okay, I guess it's on the Jamaica one. Okay. This should give me all the information that I need. So that would be the Dunton 4L. Actually, on that other picture that I mentioned. Okay, fair enough. I will just stat it that way. Plus rear. So here we have, in this picture, Dunton Tower. Still standing, by the way. Plus it's new relay hut. And then, do I have the switch numbers? Ah, no, they don't give me the switch numbers. Okay, I'm just gonna undo a whole bunch of this stuff and then just hit this with that first. Oops. Get rid of some of the blue. There we go. That's better. Like, yeah, I have no idea what those switches are. I've never seen a diagram of it. Those might not even be. Oh, those aren't even. Aren't even power throw switches. So they're not. They're not my responsibility to know. As dirty as you think these windows are, they're way better compared to what's like the M7s today. Their polycarb windows just all went immediately cloudy. And you know, what's the point? Getting down to it here. All right, so we've got a power derail, and that better be an A5 machine. Yeah, it is. Can't read the thing though. That's going to be the 14R dwarf signal though. Cannot read what that number is. Really should have written the Long Island Railroad more in the 2000s. Ugh. A opposite view of Dunton Tower plus the new replacement. Oops. And we're going to be down to our last photo of this second part. This end of the famous Dunton gantry lever. That's where you have a cantilever attached to a signal gantry. These exist. There's one at Rahway. There's even some modern ones. I think they built one. I know that they have built some modern ones too with the tubular stuff. And I think that is all we have today. Thank you so much for stopping in. Let's see if anybody has any question. Oh, shit. How long was it? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. Hope you have a wonderful day. Brian, did I fix the screen at all? I usually figured that out, but it's when I minimized Paint Shop Pro for some reason. I'll check it. Okay. Anyway, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Merry Christmas. You got 7 minutes, at least Eastern time. I made it with 7 minutes to spare. Merry Christmas. Hope you all have a wonderful time. Enjoy your families. I will be streaming tomorrow to finish this out. Probably the same time. Oh, 10:15 as usual. And then same for the other days. I am not likely to stream after the midwinter trip on Monday. I think I just have too much and I don't have enough. So the second thing that I have 2 3-parters I can do. Could do the 2008 main line survey. I'm looking at East 180th Woods. Oh, that's a 2-nighter. I want to do a 3-nighter. The 2008 Union Station Centennial is pretty popular. That might be fun. Let's see. It's like almost all these we've pretty much finished out these days. Harper's I've done. San Jose VTA, that would be a 3-parter. Maybe I'll do that for Brian. If Brian can be around for he spent time out in the bay. So I could do this, especially with the electrification. I'll probably do the San Jose one. That should be pretty fun. And that'll be a 3-dayer. And then we can figure out when to do that, the other stuff. Okie doke. All right, have a great day. Later. Merry Christmas.